Have you ever felt like if you're not doing something, you're falling behind? Like if you're not checking off a task or helping someone else, you don't really matter? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone. So many of my clients carry that pressure too. And honestly, I've lived it myself. This episode is for every woman who's been praised for being the one who has it all together, but is secretly exhausted trying to hold it all. I'm Sandy Bartlett, and this is Journey to Self Power Beyond People Pleasing. We've been moving through the 5 people pleasing personas, and last week we talked about the caretaker. This week, we're meeting her high achieving sister, the performer. If your self worth has been tied to your productivity or your ability to do it all, this is your invitation to slow down and see what's really underneath that drive. But before we get into the meat of it, let's do our intuitive moment. The card I pulled for us today is the Queen of Pentacles from the Light Seers Tarot deck, a card overflowing with compassion, stability, and grounded presence. She embodies a kind of quiet strength, the kind that doesn't need to prove itself because it simply is. For the performer, this is such a needed message. When your worth has been tied to productivity or achievement, compassion often gets directed outward toward everyone else. The Queen of Pentacles asks, where can you offer that same tenderness to yourself? I like to think of her like a wise friend who can hold a busy to do list in one hand and a cup of tea in the other, reminding you that both structure and softness have value. She whispers, you are not defined by what you accomplish. Your worth isn't measured by the boxes you check or the praise you earn. It's woven into who you are, even when you rest. So, as you listen today, let this card be your invitation to pause, to breathe, to remember that being enough isn't something you achieve, it's something you remember. The performer is the one everyone depends on. She's efficient, smart. She makes things happen. And from the outside, she looks like she's thriving. But inside, she's tired. She's afraid that if she stops performing, people will stop valuing her. I remember one season of my life where this hit hard. I was managing a full-time job, raising a child, handling everything at home, and still saying yes to everything and everyone. People would say, you're amazing. I don't know how you do it all. And I wore that like a badge of honor. But inside, I felt like I was always one undone task away from being seen as a failure. Even during my breaks, I was doing laundry, meal prepping, helping others, never really resting. Rest felt wrong, like I had to earn it. And I see this all the time when I work with clients. We confuse productivity with worth, but being busy isn't the same as being valuable. So, for your inner reflection, let me ask you, where are you overdoing to feel enough? And what happens when you try to rest? Do you feel guilty? And then lastly, what would it feel like to be loved just for existing? This isn't about letting go of your drive. It's about letting go of the belief that your worth depends on it. For our whispers of wisdom, you are not a machine. You are a miracle. Your worth isn't tied to what you do. It's already part of who you are. So, your empowerment action, here is your small step for today. Cross one thing off your list that's only there to prove something. Then pause. Feel what it's like to just be with nothing to earn. And if you haven't already, take the people pleasing persona quiz. You might find the performer in you, or maybe more than one role. After the quiz, you'll be invited to book a free 30-minute Awaken the Shift session with me. This is your space to untangle the proving and begin remembering your enoughness. Next week, we'll meet the ghost, the one who disappears to stay safe. But today, if you've been working hard just to feel worthy, let this be your permission to pause. You are already enough.